how to stop feeling like a nervous wreck or being on the path to feel less like a nervous wreck. And guess what? It is never ending. In a beautiful world, we would be cured. You know what I mean? Can we be zapped away permanently from not being a nervous wreck? That would be amazing. But the journey, guys. And so, anyway, the journey is never ending. However, I have found little glimmers and little things that help me regulate my nervous system. Stay tuned. Coffee and daydreaming. Let's get into it. Disclaimer, this show is for informational and entertainment purposes only. If you need help, please seek it. And let's get into it. Welcome to the Coffee and Daydreaming Podcast, the podcast where dreams come alive and productivity gets a dose of caffeine. I'm your BFF, Amy, on this journey of self healing, glowing up, but yet relaxing, taking it easy. Glowing up, yet taking it easy. Letting go. We're letting go of the grips, guys. We're just going to chill and feel good. Yes. Okay, so grab a cup of coffee and let's do this. Okay, guys, so I wanted to dedicate an episode about feeling like a nervous wreck. Yeah, because I found with this glow up journey or whatever, if you guys don't despise the word glow up, call it whatever, is just about our journey, okay? Life journey. We're all in this together. I have found, okay, so we have the mindset, we have the action, something in between. There's been a lot of discussions about the middle on this show, but it's about feeling real. You know what I mean? So our thoughts dictate our actions. And so, anyway, but ultimately, there's this feeling of you gotta feel it too. Your thoughts. So if you're like, I'm worthy, but you don't feel it, it's not activating. And so I wanted to dedicate this episode for nerves and feeling relaxed because when we're a nervous wreck, it definitely affects my productivity. It affects my relationships, which affect my overall happiness. Because if something is getting in the way of my objective, it hurts. And there's this load of shame that creeps up like, oh, I wasted the day. And so my point is, we can face all of the things that are coming at us in life because that is out of our control. That is out of our control. Things will come to us. Have you ever just been trying to have a peaceful day and then something happens and you'd be like, what did I do to deserve this? Or and maybe you could learn from that question, but also in the sense of when these external factors do come to us and we react with, oh, it does not help, and it actually hijacks our ability to fix the solution. Okay? So if we can get this thing down, if we can work on our nerves, our nervous system, we'll be a lot more confident, able, and willing to handle the things that come to us and feeling confident that you can solve whatever problem comes to you. Think about it. You've made it, you've survived. Okay? You survived thus far. Believe me, you can handle a lot more. Okay? I just wanted to take a little bit of time to share with you my own experiences with these glimmers. My first experience was so when there was a point when I got a scholarship for the David Lynch Foundation Transcendental Meditation. I got a scholarship to do their program. I wrote an essay and it really helped me. It was fantastic. And at the time, I was waitressing. At least from the time when I got trained, it was in 5 sessions. You go and you learn how to do transcendental meditation. And so I was on, I believe, the 4th day. I did the TM training in Beverly Hills. I rode my bike there, and then I rode my bike back up to West Hollywood and for my job. And at the time, so here I am, I'm a cocktail waitress at a comedy club. So I went right to my job, cocktail waitressing from the meditation practice. And anyway, I had this room upstairs. How it worked is I would take everybody's order and I got their credit cards, all kids, and put the orders in on the computer, go downstairs where the bar is, line my tray up, and then had to walk up these huge steep stairs. It was an old building. And so I'm walking up. While I'm walking up, this guy runs down all of the beverages. Now, when you're a cocktail waitress, those trays are heavy. I didn't have the cute little circle tray. I had the big rectangle tray. And it's all glass. It is all heavy glass on your tray. This guy ran into me, didn't even apologize. Here I am, I'm in fight or flight because all the glasses broke. And it was, I don't know, maybe 50 beverages I had to re-input, which all of it took time. And this particular gig was like very time oriented. It was just a nightmare. And I was soaking wet from all the drinks. So I have this thing where I'm like in this fight or flight thing, freaking out a little bit, but ultimately, my brain was furious. This guy didn't even apologize. My brain Hear all that happen, and I'm just thinking about how rude this guy was. I made eye contact with him as he ran into me, and he didn't even apologize, and that just rude people really tick me off. I'm like, "What?" Anyway, so I took a moment and I thought the mantra or whatever, easy and effortless. And just something clicked in me from my meditation training earlier where I was just like, I like deactivated. I'm not even, it was very weird. I was like, my brain focused on solutions. And I had this weird, like, in a short amount of time of being like, oh no, he didn't even apologize to, okay, it's done. Let's focus on solutions. I will not be shamed. I will not be shamed for this happening. Because when you're a waitress, like if something messes up or you need the cook to give you a new meal or a drink thing, the bartenders could get in trouble because it's money and sometimes things gotta go through the manager because it's inventory. And anyway, everything has a protocol. Something clicked from meditation. I remember my teacher, the whole thing with transcendental meditation is don't fight it, let it come to you. If you get a giggle, if you get an itch, just there's just this like element of letting go that me personally, I can't speak for TM. I'm not going to summarize what it is, but like for me, the thing that my takeaway was this choice of letting go and accepting, like, all right, I'm here, easy and effortless, easy and effortless. And also, there's just an ounce of letting go of shame, too. We can do this without shame. This was not intentional on anybody's part. Here we are. Here we are. So, there was a choice I made to just accept and focus on the solutions. And something happened. I just imagine my thoughts like Teflon, just relax the shoulders, the jaw, the just Teflon. When my brain wanted to dissect that rude guy who made eye contact while running into me without apologizing, Come on, guys. We got to parent a little, teach the kids manners. Anyway, I I just let it go. Easy and effortless. And I remember making a choice of not letting this moment dictate my night. And I just remember just walking up to the bartender, and the bartender was a cop in another country. And word on the street was that he can, I, I don't want the algorithm to shadow ban it, but off somebody will say in one snap. He had so much respect and we all wanted to be liked by him. We're like, oh my gosh, hi. And so I usually, if I messed up, I was usually very nervous because I didn't want to make him upset because, yeah, I'm so sorry. He usually laughed. Oh my God, just shook his head like, oh, you guys. But you just want to do good. You want to do good on his watch, on all the watches, but especially at a place you respect working at and you respect the people you work at, you want to do a good job. And anyway, I just remember he actually said something that was very complimentary, which was shocking because I never heard anything. He was like, "Wow, I can tell you're really relaxed today." He said that to me. I was like, "Wow." So that validated. He could see how I felt. I remember just being like, "This happened. I'm going to need this." End of story. I'm not wearing it on my sleeve. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, that is my default, guy. But I just, hey, this happened. Here's what we're gonna need. Thank you. And so much easier. So my point is that was a beautiful glimmer of it. Now the key is, so we have these glimmers in our lives when we realize that moment of, oh, we can deal with the mud of life by being by letting go and accepting and just relaxing our shoulders and easy, effortless. But it's up to us to implement it. Okay? It's up to us to implement it. And then another situation, when was another situation? Oh, yeah. Okay. And here's another glimmer of just choosing to accept and relax. I used to be such a nervous wreck. I was always nervous. And anyway, I felt a back cramp and I thought it was my PMS or whatever, and I felt guilty and anxious taking off work. I was going to school, putting myself through school as well. I was doing a bunch of things. And I was just like this the whole time. Oh my God, just freaking out all the time because I put myself in that position to be so busy, but also to give myself credit. I don't come from much. I got myself to fall back on. So I'm still going to give myself credit. People be like, oh, you put yourself in that position and I'm sorry, when you don't come from much, unfortunately, you do not have many options you have to be in full-blown action mode, which is exhausting. And yeah, I'd love the princess treatment to be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna rest today. I'm gonna rest. Yeah, I need a rest." Yeah, that's me 100%. I make time, but my point is not everybody has the luxury to be in princess treatment yet. Yeah, I say yet because I'm like, yes, I want you guys to all have princess treatment no matter what gender you are. I want every gender to have princess treatment or prince treatment, whatever, queen, king, whatever treatment. I hope everybody in the world can have time to feel luxurious and relaxed and respected. Anyway, don't judge me for being on the go at this particular time, but guess what? My appendix exploded. And I actually would like to blame my own nervous wreck for it exploding. I was just a nervous wreck. I just felt sick to my stomach a majority of the time in my skin. I felt sick to my stomach. And that is my own responsibility, but also I will say when you don't have many resources, you got to stop that whole oh, you put yourself in that position. Yes, but also to have compassion for people who do not come from much much of a cushion, we'll put it that way. Don't even get me started because people have no idea the lack of confidence. People blame the working class for, "Oh, yeah, you gotta ask." It's like when you come from yelling all the time, you don't really know how to advocate for yourself. When you come from financial insecurity, you never saw a model of how to advocate for yourself. Anyway, so then I'm in the hospital 2 months. So cut to, my appendix explodes, I'm septic, and the nurses were actually worried. Like, they weren't even faking, "You'll be okay." Their faces were very concerned, and they were like, "Oh my gosh." It was like they were really scared that my fever didn't break and my heart rate was tachycardia. I don't even know if I'm saying that, right, but it was very insanely high, like heart attack. Yeah, oh god. And cut to, I had a bad night. The doctors and the nurses were surrounding me, and they gave me a one of those things, the good stuff. Knocked me right out. And I had this weird dream. I want to say it's a fever dream. I just remember. So they gave me this pill, knocked me right out. I must have been hot. Yeah, that's probably it. Anyway, so but I was sweating and I see a red blob and I felt my body being pulled. I'm it's weird. I felt myself being pulled and almost I felt like it was the end, not to be morbid. And then something intercepted, like a thought of, you have no choice but to think loving thoughts and thoughts that feel good. You've literally no choice. And I had this weird fight thing kick in while I was having this dream, and just something happened where it was like, you have no choice but to relax right now. Calm down. And I just like that, like poof. Ah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I feel great. And I just decided to be relaxed. And like that, just like that, my fever broke and I stopped being tachycardia. Or my heart rate went normal. It went under 100. Yeah, it was scary, frightening. But that's another glimmer to where it's truly it was a choice for myself. I know it's not a choice all the time because of hormones and chemicals and all that, but I definitely didn't have that working for me at the time. I remember, like, really I had to consciously choose to relax, like, I'm okay. I had to consciously tell myself I'm okay. So my point is, there those glimmers I can recall to when I'm stressed, and it reminds me that I can deal with whatever comes my way with my shoulders dropped, my jaw relaxed, and just being like, "You know what? What comes at me is going to come at me." So that accepting attitude truly helped me. Okay, so let's Okay, so now let's get into I want to take a moment to get into the actual nitty-gritty of all this. Okay. Okay, so I really want to take a moment. So if you feel like a nervous wreck, I have complete empathy and you're not alone. Yeah, I know as a kid, I grew up around a lot of yelling and I absorbed a lot of yelling, and I can see where and why I know exactly where my fight or flight dysregulation, my nervous system dysregulation comes from. As a kid, I just absorbed a lot of yelling. Of course, I didn't have a model of what a relaxed adult looked like, really, except the movies, which is why yeah, reparenting myself in a way. I am now learning about all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, I was living life on hard mode. And so I want to share with you guys some insights, okay? So, first of all, I want to cover how a dysregulated nervous system can affect productivity and creativity. Okay. Dopamine, a neurotransmitter, plays a crucial role in motivation and reward. And a lot of studies have shown that dopamine is linked to creativity. And the source of that is Creativity, Psychopathology, and the Dopamine Hypothesis by Shelley Carson, published in Creativity Research Journal. Optimal levels of stress may actually enhance creativity. Okay, so optimal levels of stress actually may enhance creativity. As the brain releases cortisol, impacts cognitive functions and memory and all of that. And the source from that is Creativity Under Pressure, the effects of incentive and evaluation on divergent thinking by Jun Han Zhang and Jin Ho Lee, published in Frontiers in Psychology. Now, I have to say, reading this, it actually validates why I know me and a lot of my creative friends, I think we almost feel like the struggle. I used to, but as I get older and I knew my creative friends, we're all just leveling out a little bit. That is a cool thing about like, I was in the open mic scene comedy since I was 19, in and out, because I've always had to work so many dang jobs. So I had to take breaks to survive. But because going to mics is an open job, you do a mic, you do at least five a week. For me, I was hardcore. And if I wasn't able to do five a week, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm not even a comic, just five mics minimum." Anyway, but the cool thing is seeing how people are maturing. And one thing I know, when I was younger, the struggle would be romanticized. And then as I get older, I'm just like, I want things as simple as possible. I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun now, and no drama. And it's cool. It is cool. Your body, if you're not in that zone yet, your body, the more you do good habits, the more your body will crave good habits and good people and things that feel good, hopefully. But it's a habit, and it's a consistent habit of putting yourself in those situations. But my point is, to that thing, I think a lot of creatives think they don't have that stress aspect. They'll lose their creativity. And it was funny. A lot of my friend a lot of my comedian friends, when they're unhappy, they're at the mics all the time. But then once they get in a relationship, and I'm guilty of this, I go in a relationship and I'm just happy. It's I'm just happy. I'm happy. That need for doing the open mics, it's something else. But again, with maturity, with mindset, and like seeing the actual truth in things, in the sense of, you don't have to suffer to enjoy life. If that's got to be an oxymoron, or we can do our creativity relaxed. We can do our art projects relaxed and our creative projects relaxed. And also, when you're relaxed, you can catch an idea a little easier. Catch an idea. And my weird epiphanies are, I'm so much more organized when I'm relaxed. Creatives, maybe you could relate. When I'm just in constant fight or flight mode, I'm so disorganized. I got a stack of laundry, stack of dishes. And now I'm like, now that I'm older, I'm just like, when I'm relaxed, I take care of things now. I'm like, hold on, let me just put this away really quick. And I'm able to see projects beginning, middle to end. So that's why I want to talk about this too. If you have trouble finishing projects, maybe it's that fight or flight dysregulation. And learning how to regulate it can help. Listen to this about alpha waves and creativity. Research indicates that increased alpha brain wave activity associated with relaxed and meditative states may contribute to creative thinking. And that is Alpha Brain Waves Boost Creativity by John J. Ratey, published in Psychology Today. But yeah, if I don't meditate, I feel less creative. Something linked to that. Okay, now listen to this. Okay, I can't even say this. The neurotransmitter Norepinephrine, norepinephrine, N- John Prine, Norpine, my apologies if I mispronounced that, has been linked to arousal and attention, potentially influencing creative processes. And the source of that is Neuropinephrine and the Neurobiology of Creativity by Gary E. McPherson and James C. Old, published in the Journal of Comparative Neurology. When you're relaxed, it helps with your attention span, which is that motivation and that project management thing that you need as a creative. And also, this was interesting, neuroplasticity and creativity. So, the brain's ability to reorganize and form new connections, neuroplasticity is crucial for creative adapting and learning. And the source for that is Neuroplasticity and the Brain's Capacity for Change by Michael Merzenich, published in Perspectives for Psychological Science. And the last thing that I will cover, the default mode network associated with mind wandering and spontaneous thoughts is implicated in creative thinking. The source in that is the default mode network and self generated thought component processes, dynamic control, and clinical relevance by Kalina Christoph, published in Trends in Cognitive Sciences. Okay, in terms of helpful daydreaming, so I've noticed for myself I can daydream in panic mode, which is me ruminating, okay? Or I daydream in relax mode, and that is finding solutions and imagination and all that. So, daydreaming can be dangerous in the sense if you're ruminating and harping, blah, 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 because you might not be in problem solving mode. You might just be harping the same thing over and over. Or you could, when you're relaxed and you're daydreaming and you set time aside for it, be imagining solutions, which is great. I hope you guys found that interesting because I really wanted to understand the connection between your nervous system and creativity. And for me, it helped make a lot of sense, for example, on why I was having a hard time finishing projects. When I finish projects, I'm relaxed. And when I don't, it's because I'm overwhelmed and freaking out. So, yeah, that's a connection right there. So, let's take a little glance at what really the nervous system is. Okay. The nervous system is a complex network of nerves and cells that transmit signals between different parts of the body. It comprises the central nervous system, CNS, consisting of the brain and spinal cord. And sorry, don't hate me if I pronounce words wrong. Nervous system, PNS, includes nerves that extend throughout the body. Source from that, Principles of Neural Science by Eric R. Kandel, James H. Schwartz, and Thomas M. Jessel. Neurons are the basic building blocks of the nervous system. They communicate with each other through synapses, which are tiny gaps where neurotransmitters transmit signals from one neuron to another. Source for that is Neuroscience Exploring the Brain by Mark F. Baer, Barry W. Connors, and Michael A. Paradiso. That right there is in the sense of nervous system, you have neurotransmitters. Think about when you're freaking out. The neurotransmitters might not go off and so it's like hard to be present when your fight or flight response is a little off cue. It could actually put you in a dangerous situation. I remember, oh my goodness, when I was in my 20s and my early 20s in New York City, I was going through a breakup and I was on the phone with him so upset. I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I literally walked through traffic accidentally. I honestly did not intend to, but I remember a car honking at me and I was like, "Oh, wow, I am terrified." But I was just so emotionally upset. My nervous system was all freaked out. I was so upset and I honestly didn't even see the car. I'm just so in my head, oh, blah, blah, blah. And so my point is it's important to find the why of why regulate your nervous system. It's for your safety too, to react properly. It's very easy to make a human error. And human errors, like when you're under pressure or you feel like you're under pressure, it happens. And people aren't kind for human errors at all. You know what I mean? They'll be like, "You did it. What's wrong with you?" It's, ugh, let's just prevent that whole thing. Ugh. And just be present because then you're more agile. You're more agile. You can react. Your reaction is a lot better when you regulate your nervous system. Also, the stress response involves the release of hormones like cortisol activating the SNS. Chronic stress can lead to dysregulation of the nervous system and contribute to various health issues. And the source is Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers by Robert M. Sapolsky. That was really interesting because it reminds you on stress is real, it's invisible, but it 100% is linked to your long term health. Okay. So if I can recall back to when my appendix exploded, I was septic, the fever wouldn't go away. I was tachycardiac, whatever, you know what I meant. Heart rate was like heart attack. The nurses were like, yo, usually people with this have heart attacks. And then the moment whatever happened in that fever dream, whatever happened in that fever dream, the realization was the thing that may have saved me in the sense of comprehending how my stress was linked to the fever. The moment I made a choice to stop stressing, and I know it's not that easy, but for me, I honestly had no choice. Surrender and be like, I give up. Well, not that way, but yo, I'm gonna be relaxed, easy and effortless. Here we go. I want to also cover a little bit on why people can feel nervous for a little bit, okay? People can feel nervous for various reasons, perhaps uncertainty, fear of the unknown, social situations, performance anxiety, past experiences coming into your now, biological factors like a hormone imbalance or your neurotransmitters are not firing and wiring, and high stakes. Oh my goodness, high stakes. I know for me, a lot of my nerves, they'll be like, Amy, you're always so nervous. And I'm like, yeah, you don't even, my life is high stakes right now. If I mess one thing up, I remember when I was waitressing, I'd be like, just the thought if I broke my leg, I'd be out of a job, just freaked me out. It's like, why do I even, don't even think that. Don't even, you're going to be fine and you're going to figure it out. Oh, I want a cushion, guys. You know what? Acceptance. I know I joke around but honestly, just please, we might as well believe we are safe. And of course, a perceived threat. So, it's a human experience. Let's also normalize nervousness. It is a human experience. Okay. Okay. So, a little few tips on how to regulate the nervous system. Also, keep in mind, dysregulated nervous system can cause a array of health issues. So, yeah, it's invisible, but it's very much so real. So, the autonomic nervous system, the ANS, plays a big role in bodily function. So, techniques such as deep breathing have actually shown to modulate ANS activity, promotes relaxation, reduce sympathetic nervous system arousal, leading to nervous system regulation. Okay, so that was from Heart Rate Variability, Biofeedback, How and Why Does It Work? Frontiers in Psychology, 2020. Layer PM. And Gavitz are. So yeah, I actually forget all the time. Deep breathing. How is it I forget to breathe sometimes? It's something so easy. Oh yeah, I've not breathed lately, but also I have what's that news thing that the deviated septum where I have to mouth breathe. I'm a mouth breather. Yeah, maybe I'll get the surgery one day. Anyway, yeah, I had the Apple Watch where you could look at the watch and it's this circle that goes up. and down. And it measures your heart rate before and after. It's very relaxing. But yeah, don't forget about breathing exercises. I have a few in my pocket we'll go through. Mindfulness, meditation, transcendental meditation really helped my life and improve the quality. It helped give me that objectiveness that I was missing. So, for example, before met TM, I would just be so in the problem that I couldn't really see a solution because I was so fight or flight. But meditation taught me to find space. It gives me space to almost look objectively at my situation. And of course, mindfulness. Sometimes if I'm like super stressed, I like to imagine a bubble is labeling what I'm feeling, and then I pop the bubble. I imagine myself popping the bubble. For example, if I'm upset that someone didn't ask me about something, my brain automatically is going into poor me, poor me. They, of course, I would want to go. They don't even think about me. The brain can go on its merry little way thinking, and then it gets bigger and bigger. But if you just think, what am I thinking? The actual feeling is I'm feeling not seen. I'm feeling left out. Feeling left out. Pop the bubble. And then go on to focus on the why and all that, go in that little rabbit hole of figuring out how to not feel left out. The opposite of that is feeling included. And there's ways I could go down that. Okay, what are ways I am included? It wasn't intentional. I could open my mouth up a little bit, not in a "you hurt me," but in a way of, "Hey, I would love to be included. Hey, I'd love to be more involved." And I'm sure they would be flattered. "Wow, you wanna be involved?" They probably don't even know I wanna be involved. Guys, I wanna be involved. So my point is these little things are all little insights to grow, okay? Physical exercise every morning. I wake up with my coffee and I do my Pilates. And that actually really helps. If I don't do my exercise in the morning, oh, sorry. I have so much like pent up energy in me that I'm like even more fidgety. And anyway, it helps me. Social support and connection. I'm an isolator. I forget to do this, but yeah, let's reach out. I'm guilty of not doing this as much as I should. I really, yeah, let's check up on our friends. I'm guilty. I need to be better at that. Nutrition and diet. I got a juicer and I can attest that really helps. Sleep hygiene. We all know that. All right. Cool. We are moving along today. Here are some exercises that you can take away. Okay. Okay. So we talked about the breathing exercises. So there is something called box breathing where you inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4, and pause for 4 and repeat. So think about 4, 4, 4, 4. Ah, I love fours. Okay. 4 fours. That's easy. Okay, ready, you guys? Let's try it right now. So inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, pause for 4, and then you repeat. Ooh, I like that. I will be doing that. I got to figure out my deviated septum. If you got nose issues, it might be an issue. All right. Body scan, meditation. This I like. My main things, you'll see where, when you body scan, you'll see where the tension is like creeping in. And how do you do that? You think about your head all the way down to your toes. Like literally think about it. Like I'll think my eyes. I'll be like, oh, you feel your eyes clenching if you're like this. Your eyes are closed. Relax your jaw. Oof. My shoulders. Whew. That's huge. The moment I relax my jaw and my shoulders, it changes everything. I'm not even kidding. So body scan is good. See where you personally hold your stress. Okay. And then, of course, gratitude journal, which I am changing the word gratitude to thankful sprinkles because the word gratitude for some reason annoys me. I think because it's just so gratitude. Like, it scares me. Ah. I like a equal balance, a healthy balance of anyway, thankful sprinkles. I like real, like genuine, thankful sprinkles. So reflect on positive experiences to shift your focus, which is true. My brain, now I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I love Larry David because his brain, I'm on Larry's side with a lot of the stuff. I get it, but it's a you got to train your brain. It's actually a muscle to reframe your thinking. When something upset you, you could definitely be like, what is the good in this? And it actually, I'm not, you will feel better. Okay. So the thing that upset me of not being included in something, what's the good thing about it? Hey, the good thing, I realize I want to do that. I want to be more involved in a particular thing. Let me put myself in that position. Something I didn't really realize. Also, I realized like, oh, you guys will happy like I'm mad loyal. I'm like very loyal. I would always hey, I would think about me. If I was in their position, I would think of me and they didn't to even think to ask. Like now I know. I see it. Thank you. And no harm, just it is what it is. You know what I mean? Thankful sprinkles. All right, so we got box breathing, we got the mind body scan meditation, we got the gratitude, thankful sprinkle journal, thankful sprinkles. I hope that my sharing my experiences with my particular glimmers, maybe you can refer to it as well. I was fighting for my life, and the thing that saved me was actively just letting go, almost like a parachute, just letting go and imagining that I was being hugged by the world and I was safe and I had no choice but to trust and know that I'm okay. Know that I'm okay. Yeah, I think that's the main thing for me is just knowing you're okay, knowing you're capable, knowing no matter what, you can handle it. You've handled life thus far. You're here. You've survived. You can do it. You're stronger than I believe that. Okay. And easy and effortless. Easy and effortless. Knowing those things, focus those habits. Okay. Next time you experience a very stressful situation, relax, do the body scan, relax your jaw, your shoulders, see where the stress is being held in your body. Okay. And say to yourself, easy and effortless. Imagine you're being hugged by the world. Try the box breathing. 4444. Okay, and then reframe from okay, the positives, the thankful sprinkles. I hope those little things help you and also validate what you're feeling like. It is scary to not have the resources. It is frustrating that it's such high life can be so high stakes sometimes, but also know how amazing you are that you have always had your back and you always will, and you will always figure out how to get yourself out of a scary situation. And maybe the scary situations are our best lessons. And listen to the lessons. I know me, I'm actively like go through the pits of despair and then it's oh, you don't learn your lesson. Learn your lesson. Let's take action. Okay? So now, just a couple of affirmations I wanted to do really quick. Here we go. Okay, so affirmations on the theme of feeling relaxed and feeling less like a nervous wreck. Here we go. With each breath, I release tension and invite calmness into my mind and body. I trust in my ability to navigate challenges gracefully, maintaining a calm and centered presence. I am surrounded by a soothing energy that promotes relaxation and tranquility. My mind is a haven of serenity, and I let go of stress with each passing moment. I honor my need for rest and restoration, allowing myself to unwind and feel at ease. I embrace the stillness within, finding peace in the present moment. My nervous system is balanced, and I am at ease in my body, mind, and spirit. I'm in control of my breath, and with each inhale and exhale, I invite calmness into my being. In this moment, I release tension and welcome tranquility in my mind and body. I trust the wisdom of my nervous system to find balance and peace. As I let go of stress, my nervous system gracefully embraces a state of relaxation. I am grounded in the present moment and I let go of unnecessary tension. Okay, guys, I hope that helps. Also, I wanted to call out really quick the poster. Check this out, the Coffee and Daydreaming poster now available. This is the matte finish. There's also glossy. I like the matte because if you take a picture, you can see it. So this is available www.coffeeanddaydreaming.com. There's also a shirt available. There's some courses, Dream Nudge, Dream Up. Yes, so please check out www.coffeeanddaydreaming.com. And also, please help us out. Follow us on Instagram at Coffee and Daydreaming, TikTok at Coffee and Daydreaming with the underscore. YouTube, please subscribe. Help small creators. I truly, genuinely appreciate all of you guys. If you have a topic that you would like me to cover, please comment it below. I would love to dive deep into some fun research to help get the answers for us. Please, I'm sure if you have a topic that you're craving to know, I'm sure I have a craving to know it as well because we are humans and we're all connected. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for watching or listening the Coffee and Daydreaming podcast. If you're listening on audio, please leave a nice review. Please help out small creators. Help us out, please. Ah, I appreciate you guys. All right, that's it for today on the Coffee and Daydreaming podcast. Remember, with a cup full of coffee and a heart full of dreams, anything is possible. Cheers, guys.